it is November, which means it is the month of my birthday. So I thought I would do a vlog for November. So I'm not going to be putting up a TBR because I'm a rebel. So today what time is it? It is 2:20 p.m. and I am still in the middle of 3 books from last month because that's how we do things around here. So I'm still reading The Poppy War. Really good so far. And I've only got about 200 pages left, so hopefully like in the next 2 days I can just finish this, especially because I am behind on the buddy read schedule and I want to be at least reading it around the same time as other people so we can talk about it. I'm also really behind on reading Vampire Academy, so I've only like just started this, but I know I can read these really fast. And then I've also still got Empire of the Vampire. And it's just because it's so chunky. It's really good so far. I'm really enjoying the plot and the characters. I'm only a bit bothered because he's just trying really hard to be edgy. Like just lots of like creative cursing to be like and I'm like, it's funny, but if you overdo it, it's not. You know? Like I don't mind crude humour, but use it well. And there's a lot of like the same metaphors being used over and over again where it's like, oh, like hard as tombstones, cold as tombstones, fresh as the grave. And I'm like, okay, I get it, it's gothic. The illustrations in here are like absolutely gorgeous. Ideally, I wanted to finish this before starting Vampire Academy, so I'm not reading 2 vampire books at once, but oop. And yeah, this is something I kind of been like picking up and then putting down, just because I'm trying to read other things as well. So I think when I finish The Poppy War, I do want to really get stuck into this. Here I have a stack of the books I want to get to in November, but there's also the book club reads. So we'll see. Okay, I don't know what order I'll be reading these in, but I want to read them. That's the whole thing. Yep. So obviously, Dragon Republic. This is a bit bigger than Poppy War, but I think I'm going to want to know what happens next when I finish it. I'm a bit scared to see where the book's going to go, especially because people have been freaking out about chapter 19 and I'm on chapter 17, so I'm a bit scared. I also finally want to get to Song of Achilles because I've loved Cersei and I know I'm going to love this, and if it makes me cry, great. I also want to read Better Together by Christine Riccio. I was waiting for warmer weather and it's here, and it's also my birthday month. I also want to read Regretting You by Colleen Hoover. I think there's only 1 or 2 other ones I haven't read aside from this one of hers. I also really want to read House of the Cerulean Sea because it's long overdue and it's just meant to be really cute and heartwarming, so maybe after finishing one of the darker books I'll pick up this. I really want to read Malibu Rising, but before I do, I want to reread Evelyn Hugo because A, it's amazing and I love it. I haven't actually read this copy yet, so that would be good. But because there is a bit of crossover, I want to be fresh. The 5th season by N.K. Jemisin, which is on my list to read by the end of this year. So, Red Rising, which is on my list for the end of the year, and also for the Philip Scale Book Club, which luckily that's just kind of like an easy peasy, like an easygoing kind of book club where we don't really have solid dates. We're just like, yeah, we'll see. It's a lot of pages plus the ones I'm already reading. As for the book club picks this month for the Citadel, I'm not going to read All's Well just because I can't find a copy that's under $50. So I might try and read Bone Shard Daughter because that's on my e-reader, so that might be like my ebook on the go. Oh, and these Violet Delights, but not the Chloe Gong Romeo and Juliet one. This one's like a dark academia one, and that's coming from the library. So when that gets here, I'll read it. Oh, yeah, and then probably Frostbite as well. I don't really remember how fast we're reading them, but probably 1 a month at least. Okay, so I'm reading Poppy War, and it's made me cry. Shit. What chapter is it? Chapter 21. Chapter 21's a big one. I can't. Kind of, like, bad things had happened before, but this is just, like, beyond what I could even think of. The cruelty, like, I understand people need to die in war, like, that's how it's won, but But the unnecessary cruelty, I'm like, no. I'm just losing faith in humanity. But it's fine. So I might need to put this down. But I also might need to keep reading. But I also know it's probably not going to turn out okay. I'm thinking this is probably, all these things have probably actually happened before. I'm gonna go hug a dog. Okay, it is 4:50 p.m. on the 2nd, and I finished The Poppy War. It was so good. It didn't make me cry again, but it was just so good. And like the grey morality is strong. So I'm gonna have to pick this up like straight away. But the thing is, like with the schedule, I only have to read 6 chapters, and then I will go read Empire of the Vampire. Because I don't want that sitting there all month. So fingers crossed. Yeah, I just don't really have words right now, but just so good. So good. I don't fully understand everything about the magic system. Like, there's just a lot of like, there's consequences. There's some. I'm like, but what are they? Like, tell me more. It is 11 p.m. on the 3rd of November, and I thought I'd update you. So I've just had rehearsal. I'm a sweaty mess. It was just a very humid room without aircon, and we all died. But I was reading a bit of Dragon Republic earlier today, and I got to page 102, so I am behind schedule. But from what I can tell, a few people are, so I'm still going to read this. It's good. It's just kind of like a bit mentally and emotionally draining. So it's good, but I like had to put it down for a bit just because I was like, my head hurts. But it is good. I like some of the political intrigue, the political scheming that's going on is very interesting. And I had a theory from book 1, and I was right. So I'm a genius. Call me Nancy Drew. So I ended up picking up a bit of Empire of the Vampire. I maybe read like 2 or 3 chapters tops. But I just really want to read it before I forget everything. I'm enjoying the cheekiness in the world, and I really just want to know more. And then, because I am chaotic, I also started another book. I started Love and Gelato to be just a lighthearted book. And also this is one of my books from the library that is due back sooner. So I was like, let's at least test it out before it's due, see if I like it. And I've only read like a chapter or 2, and it started off kind of a lot more depressing than I thought it would, but intriguing nonetheless. And you know, it's just like a very easy read. I think I'm really gonna enjoy it. There's enough uniqueness in there to keep me intrigued at the moment. And so I was checking on my order for The Burning God, because I ordered off Amazon and it was like cool, and now it's like out of stock. We don't know. And I'm like, well, I can't take that bet. So I went into the bookshop and I got me The Burning God. The only thing is, let me show you. It's not the same size, it's bigger. But I'm not necessarily the maddest about that. I actually prefer if they're a bit bigger because they're easier to splay open and read. You can't just go book shopping and buy one book. That's impossible. I also got One True Loves by Taylor Jenkins Reid. So this has been on my radar for a long time. And this was the first time I'd actually seen it in stores. So I took the opportunity and I bought it. So yep, as you can see, she wrote Daisy Jones and the Six, as well as Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. And this is just a romance, and the gist is that there's a couple, I don't know if they're married or not, but anyway, he goes missing and is presumed dead, or like he's in an accident, and it's years later, she's moved on, he's alive, and he's back. So what a schmozzle. Just that premise alone is enough to make me go, oh. Still need to make some more progress with Vampire Academy. I've just kind of really overwhelmed myself with books yet again. So in general, I'm like, I don't want to speed read, but I want to read lots of books. And I'm like, well, you can't really have both. Hi. Alright, so I've been reading a bit of each book on and off today. And just, I've been on Vampire Academy. I've aged, and the book has not. It does feel very young. reading it again now. There is still a nostalgia. I'm still going to continue. But Rose is kind of annoying and just really judgmental, which, like, we can all be like that. But I'm just like, hey, Rose. Like, she keeps picking on this girl because she's, like, tiny. And I'm like, well, that was me. So shut up, Rose. And just get very naive that she's like, I can protect my friend, even though I have not been training in any of my self-defense or fitness. So I'm like, girl, you crazy. But that's why we have Demetra to kick her butt into gear. Hello, it is Sunday the 7th. I'm still reading Empire of the Vampire and the Dragon Republic. I am not close to finishing any book yet, but I'm enjoying my time, which is the main thing. But so far, these two books, just brutal. Brutal. I mean, very much expected it from this. Poor Venka, poor Rin. I hate the Hesperians. I hate Nez's mum. Just a lot of hate going on, really. And, I mean, I wouldn't put it past Jay Kristoff, but we just lost, like, 3 main characters in, like, one go. I won't say who. There's many characters, it could be anyone, you don't know. And, yeah, shit, it's a bit of a shitstorm. So, yeah, I've got rehearsal for 7 hours today. So, I'll take a book with me, but probably not going to get any reading done. Hey, it is Wednesday the 10th, and it is time for another trip to the library. I think I have about, like, 4 reserves to pick up. So that's a bit crazy. I am parked very dodgy, but I plan to be in and out pretty quick. So it's fine. Back from the library, and I'm going to properly show you what I got. So, too many, as usual. I got The Wolf Den. It's like a historical fiction. I think it's ancient Greece, and it's about a bunch of girls that are in a brothel. So I think it's going to be a bit dark, but a bit interesting, and I love this cover. Foundry Side by Robert Jackson Bennett. I actually borrowed this once before, and I started reading it and I really liked it, but then it was due, so I had to return it. So I definitely want to make sure I read this one. Next is the Citadel pick, which is These Violent Delights. Next is Lost in the Neverwoods. I'm nervous I'm not going to like this because a lot of people have been like, it's crap, but it's from the library, so there's no real risk. And then last I've got Fence, the graphic novel volume 1. Plan on reading more of Empire of the Vampire. I really want to finish it today if I can, because it's taking me so much longer than I intended. And I'm enjoying it, but it also just is like a lot. The 11th? Yeah, it's the 11th, it's Thursday. I still haven't finished a book. I'm about 60 pages away from finishing Empire of the Vampire, so I definitely, for real this time, I think I can finish it today. But I'm gonna go get my nails done because they're growing out and getting caught. And I want to try and get a cool design because it's my birthday month. I'm just really nervous about like rocking up and being like, can you do it? And then being like, no. And I'll be like, oh, okay, sorry. It's a nice day, and if you're outside, you don't have to wear a mask. So I've brought 2 books with me, and I might just like sit at a cafe and get lunch and read. So I've brought Love and Gelato and These Violent Delights. Alright, hello. So I'm back for a while now, and these are the nails. They're a bit simpler than what I kind of asked for, but I think there was a bit of misunderstanding, which might be my bad, but I'm happy with them. I think they're cute. I have not read any more since I've come home. I did read a bit of Love and Gelato at the cafe, and I started these Violent Delights, and I read like the prologue and a bit of chapter 1, and it's already like very like what the fuck is happening. And Love and Gelato is a bit cute, and I think I could be wrong about who I thought the love interest was, so I have to keep reading to find out. I don't really know how it's gonna end, but seeing this is a series, I can see what we could potentially keep moving forward with. And yeah, I don't know, I enjoy this. I think it's just very long for what it is. Okay, it's 8:30 on the 11th and I've finally finished Empire of the Vampire. I am giving it 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. The pacing, or maybe just my brain for a while, was a bit like, whoa. Ugh. I think the relationships are done really well. The development's really good. There's some really good quotes in there that I've saved. A few twists towards the end that I was like, oh my god, or like, oh no, or like I could see that coming, and then it happened and I was like, no, do I have makeup on my face? Howdy, it's the 13th. I was reading a bit of Vampire Academy last night and this morning, and it told us that Dimitri is 24 and Rose is 17. And while they're not romantic yet, that is where things go, and I want to vomit. Because I am 24 and for like another week and a half. And if you told me to date a 17-year-old, I would be like, that's disgusting. That's a child, fetus, pedophile. So I'm like, look, it's not real and it's just meant to be the whole like teacher fantasy. But like being that age now and having been a teacher, which fair enough, most of my children are like little, but even the old ones, I'm like, that's not even like a thought or a whim. Like that's not even on the table in any way whatsoever. So I'm like, gross. Maybe they only become an item when she's 18, but that's still really disturbing to me. So I'm gonna still try and just enjoy the nostalgia of this book. Okay, it's 3:40. While I was waiting to meet up with my friends at the mall, I started The Bone Shard Daughter, because apparently I'm not reading enough books at once. So I've only really read the first chapter, just under, and I really like the concept. There's some kind of like spooky bone voodoo, and like it kind of gives me a little bit of Dragon Republic vibes / City of Brass vibes, so like I might need to like finish Dragon Republic before I continue with this. Hello, it is the 13th and it is the 48-hour Citadel readathon. I have rehearsal all day tomorrow and I'm seeing a show tonight, but I am definitely going to participate as much as I can today. I really want to make good progress with Dragon Republic, Vampire Academy and Gelato, Love and Gelato. So we'll see how I go, but also I've just fired up a game, so I might have a bit of gaming in between, you know, when we're not actually sprinting, just for brain. Yo, it is the 16th and spring still has not sprung. We're still having lots of like cold, rainy, miserable days. We're having like a few spots of sun, but it's just cold. Anyway, I finished Love and Gelato yesterday and it was very cute. I gave it 4 stars. I think what I liked most about it was the kind of like family dynamic drama aspect of it that really added more to it. I kind of wish there was a bit more development of the romance, but like overall still pretty cute. And I'm going to read the next one because it has her friend from back home as the main character. So I think that'll be really cool. Also, I've been reading a bit of Dragon Republic. I just got up to part 3. Some characters died. I know, I should have just expected at this point, but I was like, no. And just the shitty characters and the different factions and the conflict, I'm just like, oh my god. But like, it's still good. And still reading Vampire Academy. And I have not picked up Bone Shard Daughter or these Violent Delights in a hot second. So I think I want to just focus on finishing these two. Hello, it is 10:12 on Friday the 19th of November. And I just finished the Dragon Republic. And it was very good. And shit went very crazy at the end. I really like the way a lot of the relationships are handled, where it's very grey area. Like there's a lot of like, do I love them? I don't know. Like, yeah, just that it's not like, oh, I love him. Tension with characters. But it's not necessarily developed to like where it would go if it was like a romance novel. And like I think it does add a layer of complexity and an interesting dynamic. I would really like to pick up Burning God soon because that ending was a bit like, oh, give me the next one. But I would also like to try and finish some other stuff first. So we'll see. And then also I'm going to start putting together my TBR for next month because I'm doing a readathon. And I just want to read a lot of summer romances because it'll be summer for me, not winter. Alright, hello. It is Saturday the 20th. I went to the library to pick up some more holds. It's getting out of hand. Love and Luck came in, which is the second in the Love and Gelato, the companion series. And the Ravens came in, so yippee. As well as The Beautiful. And I just went and checked and it looks like all my holds have been extended to like January. So that is a lifesaver. I am getting pretty close to finishing Vampire Academy. I spent like an hour reading it today. So I've got like under 100 pages left, which is awesome. Haven't really made any progress with these Violent Delights. And like it is kind of that poetic, dense writing. So I'm not super vibing it at the moment. Like it's good, but like it's just not what I'm like in the mood for. And then I keep changing my mind about which one I want to start next, but I think I want to start Song of Achilles next because I've got a mix of like sad and happy books. So I'm thinking like Song of Achilles, then read Better Together, then read Regretting You, and then read House in the Cerulean Sea. Or some version of that order, so I'm choppy and changing between happy and sad. Hello, it is 5:28 on the 21st, and I did finish Vampire Academy today, finally, and I did drop it down to 3 stars, because I'm just like, it's a bit cringy as an adult, and even just like objectively looking at it, like the plot is pretty weak in this one. Like this really is the setup, so I do want to continue rereading the series, but I'm not super excited about it anymore. I also read a little bit more of these Violent Delights, and sometimes I have to be like, wait, we're being literal, like who are we talking about, what, that kind of thing. So I decided to pick up Song of Achilles. I'm only, I think, like two or three chapters in, and I'm just finding it very readable, and I like it, and I'm excited, and I hope it makes me cry. Okay, hey, it's the same day, and that was me just eating my words. So I ended up reading a bit more of these Violent Delights, and it's picked up, and I like it. I like it. There's like talk of like psychology experiments and the ethics behind that, and I find that really interesting. I did kind of have to read it twice to make sure I was understanding what people were saying, but I like it. Also, there is like a lot of kind of gay vibes going on, which I'm all about, but it just seems like Paul is more keen on Julian than Julian is keen on Paul, and I'm just worried that it's gonna be heartbreak. It's gonna be Heartbreak Hotel. Well, since my baby left me. Hey, it is Monday, the 21st, 22nd? I don't know, but 2 packages arrived today that I bought for myself for my birthday present, so I have something to open on my birthday. So I think this one is Life Hypothesis, and I think these two are the Showgirl and Goddess in the Machine, and the Atlas 6 is meant to be coming tomorrow. But I think on the Friday on my birthday, I'm just going to pick up one of the new ones. Probably Love Hypothesis. See, I realised there's some parallels between Song of Achilles and these Violent Delights, because they're both like homoerotic, grumpy sunshine. So that's fun. But I'm also like, okay, I've just picked 2 similar books with slightly different vibe. And I think I need to pick up something lighthearted for the anxious feelings. But I've got to go to rehearsal, so. Alright, so it is 1:22 in the morning on the 24th of November. And instead of reading, I have just been scrolling like a mad woman on Amazon because of all the Black Friday sales. I'm like, it's bad. Like, I've already treated myself, so I need to stop. I bought myself a Samsung like smartwatch, and I've only kind of used it a bit tonight, but I really think it's pretty cool. And the Atlas 6 arrived in the mail today. At least, like, I don't know, it could be anything. Who knows? And because I'm chaotic and I had work today, I started a e-reader during my break, and I started The Hating Game by Sally Thorne because I was like, it's cute. At least it's meant to be cute, and there's a movie coming soon. And I was stunned because literally, like, the dedication, like, they have their about the author in the beginning of the book, and Sally Thorne is from Canberra. What? How did I not know this? I don't know any famous writers from Canberra, and like, she still lives here, and like, this book is like pretty damn popular. It's been made into a movie, so I'm like, oh my god. But then on top of that, I'm like 4 chapters in or so, and like, the humor is just really working for me. I'm finding it really funny. I find a lot of the time in books when it's trying to be funny or a bit different, it's just not good. But this time, it's good. Hey, it is the 25th. And I just got back from laser tag for my birthday with my friends. It's probably around like 10:45. It's already 11. And I got my hair cut today, and I'm really liking it. And the levels of treating myself are unprecedented. I went to QBT. In my defense, they had, just for today, a sale where you get double loyalty points, and that's all I needed to hear. So I ended up getting A Gathering of Shadows and A Conjuring of Light by V.E. Schwab. Have I read A Darker Shade of Magic yet? No. Did I buy these anyway? Yes. But I am very confident that I'm going to read this whole series because I really liked everything I've read by V.E. Schwab so far. I've heard mixed reviews about this series, so I'm a bit scared about that. Anyway, so I've been reading Song of Achilles today. I've got about 100 pages left, a bit less. I might try and read a bit before I go to sleep, but we'll see. Hello, it's my birthday! It is like 8 AM. I don't know why I'm up this early, I just am. But I've made myself some tea in this cute little tea for one from Steph. So thank you so much, it's adorable, I love it. And I'm going to open the presents I bought for myself because that's just what I've decided to do. Here's the first one. There we go. The Atlas 6, it's here. It is gorgeous in person. It's a lot skinnier than I thought it would be, but it's got some heft to it. And it's got the illustrations! Yes. Yes. So all I know about this is that it's a dark academia and it has to do with the Library of Alexandria. And that's all I need to know because that sounds amazing. Rhythm of life is a powerful beat, puts a tingle in your fingers and a twinkle in your feet. Rhythm in the bedroom, rhythm in the street. Yes, the rhythm of life is a powerful beat. It is a powerful beat because it's been in my head since rehearsal. Cut, don't hurt the books. Don't hurt the books. Alright, will you just rip open now? Yeah. Oh, it's in a baggie. Oh no, these are like the air baggies. Alright, perfect. Alright, we got Goddess in the Machine. This is like a cryo sleep sci-fi. No, she wakes up early and everyone's like, wow, she's divine. I don't know how that happens, but I'm excited. And I've got the Showgirl, which I love this cover. It's hardback, so it's really good. But I just know this is kind of like a Daisy Jones and the Six kind of thing, where it's like a false biography, but kind of fictionalized about a Ziegfeld Follies showgirl. And as a theatre kid, I'm very excited by this. Like, very excited. What does it look like under the cover? Oh, just boring black. That's okay. I mean, the spine's fine. It's cool. But I'm like, this is an opportunity to put like a big like peacock feather or something. Something a bit extravagant. I think I now have like 3 of these historical fiction biographies that I'm really excited to read that are around music-ish. I got one more book package. Alright. Oh, I think I can just pull this. Lava pull tab. I love that sound. Again, Princess Diaries. Oh no, don't tell me. Okay, no. Okay, don't tell me I'm just peeling the top layer. Here it is. Here she is. The love hypothesis. It's actually really small, but that's okay. Small is powerful. It's got a cute little blah 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 and then like a hypothesis each time. Love it. Love it! I'm gonna spill the tea, but just literally. And I've got one more package to open, which is my present from my sister that I bought, being like, hey, if I buy this, do you want to just pay for it? And that could be my present. It's really hard buying presents for people, so I just make it easy. This is such an unnecessarily big box for what it is, but it's fine. Alright, first I bought some more Melbourne breakfast tea because it's on special. This is what I'm drinking today. It's my favourite tea of all time. It is just like an English breakfast type thing, but it's got vanilla in it. So it's the Melbourne breakfast. The pièce de résistance, Harry Potter Cluedo! So I remember playing this at someone's place like years ago. And Cluedo is my favourite board game. Or Clue for you Americans. And what makes this cool and different, other than being Harry Potter, is that the staircases change in like the corner rooms. So like that really changes things. Also, I just wanted to say thanks to all the Citadel people for saying happy birthday. I haven't seen all the messages yet because you guys were messaging at like midnight my time, which love that, but I was like asleep. Oh Mel, she's like happy birthday to my theatre queen. I will happily take that title. Okay, I just finished. And I have a lot of feelings. It didn't make me full ball, but there was definitely tears welling up. And it's hard because I'm like, Achilles is a piece of shit. Achilles is a piece of shit. So, but Patroclus cares about him and like the war kind of fucked him up. Oh my god. This was very good. I feel like the ending was a little bit abrupt. Like I would have, like, it was there, but still like a bit more of a journey to get there. I think it's gonna be 4-star. Hello, I am back. I had brunch and I went to the shops. I bought these like refills for my diary. I got like 3 stacks of pens from KKK. I didn't buy any more books today. I got Lululemon's leggings for the first time, and I understand the hype. I only got it because I have a gift card, but I was like, look, if I'm going to continue doing musicals, I think I'm going to have to like have that as a regular kind of thing, you know. But yeah, so I saw that some of the Citadel is on sprints, so I'm going to join them, and then maybe have a bath, and then I'm going to eat lots of food again. Hello, it is 7:10 p.m. on the 27th, and we went to the winery today, and we had pizza and wine, and it was good, but now I'm like sleepy after having wine. But I thought I'd just update you on things. So one of the big life things is that Stephen Sondheim died today, and he's like my idol. He's like my hero, and I've never cried for a celebrity's death before, but that really got me. So I've been listening to his songs today, and I started watching the original Broadway cast recording, like film of Into the Woods. So I want to finish watching that, maybe watch Company or Follies or something else as well, because it is Steve's day. In other reading news, I started the 5th season last night, and I only got like 5 pages in. The writing's really interesting, so that's really cool. But also, it was bad to read this late at night when I was still drunk from doing karaoke with my sister last night. So I'm just kind of like re-going over those pages, because I feel like this is a book you can't just read a few pages and be like, oh yeah, like I think I'm going to have to read it chapter by chapter. I picked up these Violent Delights again, and I want to see if I can get in a good flow of reading this again, because I haven't picked it up for like a week or two. Probably less, I don't know. But yeah, so I'm going to read a bit more Violent Delights, finish Into the Woods, maybe read a bit of 5th season. I've made a bit of progress with the hating game. It's still fun, and I'm interested to see where it goes, because there's still so much book left, and they already like did a make out, so there's going to be some angst for sure. I just don't know what it's going to be. Alright, hey, so it's 10:30 on the 28th, and I was reading a bit of these Violent Delights last night. What? What is this? It got very disturbing and weird, and I'm kind of scared. But that also makes me want to keep reading it. So I think I'm just going to try and focus on reading this, because I hate having so many books at once, especially with Cozathon starting soon. It'd be good to not have any carryover books. Hi, so it is, oh no, it is the first. 30 days has September, April, June and November, but all the rest have 31. Oh my god. I thought November had 31 days. Anywho, I have been trying to read these Violent Delights. I guess I'm not finishing it in November. What a joke. But I am kind of close to finishing it. I've got like 90-ish pages left. So I know I can finish it, but I'm just not enjoying this. Like, the characters are messed up. There's no like great relationships. The plot is kind of weird, and a lot of the time I don't understand what's going on, but I just want to finish it to see how it ends, and because I made this plan to read Duck Academia, I'm going to do it, but so far it's not going so good. So I need to finish that and the hating game, and I was going to start my December TBR today, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. So, oop. Okay, so let's review what I've read this month. Okay, in order. Here we go. Alright, so the first thing I finished was Poppy War, 5 stars. I really enjoyed this because we have the school setting, and then it kind of turns darker warfare, so A+. Then after that I finished Empire of the Vampire. I think I gave this a 3 or a 4. Let me check. Get my Goodreads up. What are you thinking, girl? 1 book behind schedule. Oh, tosh. Yeah, 4 stars. So I enjoyed this. There's some really cool illustrations. It's kind of a Name of the Wind style kind of book, where we're getting retold the events of this guy's life. And it's like actiony, there's interesting characters, it's savage, so I did enjoy that, like, he didn't hold the punches. After that I read library book, which I don't have anymore, which was Love and Gelato, which was just like a cute fluffy romance I think I needed amongst all the darkness I've been reading. And I gave that, I think, 3 stars. Yeah, it was nearly a 4 stars, but I was like, there wasn't like enough development for me to be like more. But I really liked the family aspect and the Italy elements in there, and I was like, yes, and it was cute. And it's nice to know that there are still teen romances I can enjoy, because all of them I'm like, what? Dragon Republic, this one was a 4 star. This one was a lot slower than Poppy War. There's a lot more political machinations going on, but nonetheless really interesting, and I really want to get to the next book. And I'm scared for how it's going to wrap up, because Rin, she kind of fucked up. I'm not going to lie. So I'm like, is she just going to die? Is she going to be like, oh, I realize I'm a horrible person? But even like she kind of realizes it, but she's like, I'm justified. Vampire Academy. Unfortunately, I did not like this as much on a reread. This was like one of my favourite series in high school. Fucking loved it. So I dropped this down to a 3 star. But I still want to reread the rest, just because I know the arc of the series is really good, and like we get Adrian and some of the other cooler characters later, so hopefully I enjoy the other ones more. But this one is just a setup, and I think it was just like how young they read and how annoying and even bitchy they are, like just vindictive. Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller, and I think this was just hyped way too much, so I gave it, what's it, 3 or 4? I gave it 3 stars because like I liked it, but it didn't really have full impact for me. I liked Cersei much better, so nothing against Madeline. I just think I read the better one first. And I think what I struggled with the most is that Achilles becomes such an unlikable character, and I like didn't get that invested in their relationship because I was just like, fuck Achilles. I still enjoyed it. There were some good characters. There were just some good, just kind of like cozy by the fire, learning how to do stuff with Chiron. Those are the 6 books I read in November. I did project a lot more than I did, but a lot of those are going on my December TBR. And even though I didn't read as much as I wanted to, I did lots of stuff this month, so I can't really be too mad. So I had my birthday celebrations, that was really fun. I've gotten back into just watching some TV because I really don't watch much because I'm just trying to like read like The Flash, as well as kind of playing some of my PC games. Like playing my Sims, my Stardew, my Porsche. Hopefully this is some kind of cohesive mess I can edit together. And thanks for watching, and keep reading, y'all. I hope the next book you read is the best one. Bye.